How to beat thesis fatigue. Hi everyone, I'm Gabby Noodleman from mythesiscoach.com. I'm a PhD holder, I'm an academic, and I'm a thesis coach. I help students from all over the world who are working on their theses pass through the journey as smoothly, as efficiently, and as positively as possible. So today I want to share with you 3 tips that will help you if you are trying to beat that thesis fatigue. Tip number 1 is get some small wins under your belt. So what do I mean here? Completing a thesis seems like it's made up of doing a lot of big things, collecting your data, analyzing your data, doing your write-up. Those are big things. But if you can take each of those and break them into smaller chunks, for example, instead of saying I need to collect my data, you could say identify a sample, make a list of people to interview, send out initial interview things, put together a spreadsheet, find a software to record. But if you can break it into those small chunks, you can then start to tick them off as you complete it. It becomes so much more manageable. And when you get those small wins, I promise you will feel so energized by it that is a great way to beat the fatigue. Tip number 2 is get moving. So often I sit in front of the computer to do my writing and I just feel so slumpy. I feel exhausted. I think, why am I even doing this? It all spirals out of control. My tip number 2 is stand up and just move yourself. Get out of that space. Go for a walk, do some stretching, do a little boogie in your study, but maybe not in front of your colleagues. And that immediately is going to give you a burst of energy. It can't help but spark positivity. That positivity is energizing and it'll get you back onto sitting down and getting those small tasks ticked off. Finally, the last thing that I will say is find yourself a thesis community. Thesis writing can feel so lonely. The loneliness, the isolation, the perceived lack of movement, it's hard, especially when you don't have someone to share it with. Or even if you do have lovely people to share it with, they just might not understand if they haven't been through it themselves. As such, I suggest if you're wanting to break that thesis fatigue, find yourself a community of people who are going through something similar as you are. You may be able to find a community through your institution. Perhaps your university has writing circles, or perhaps you can create a writing circle from fellow students. But if they don't have that, find yourself an online thesis writing community. I host one on Facebook called Thesis Writers Striving and Thriving. And you are so welcome to join that. We're people who are working on our academic writing, sharing wins and so on. And this is a great way of just feeling like you're part of something bigger, which can be really motivating, which in turn beats that fatigue. So in this video, I've shared with you 3 tips for how to beat the thesis fatigue. If you have any questions, you want to share your experiences, please pop them in the comments and I will respond straight away. Other than that, remember to subscribe to this channel and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye.